Guys, welcome. I feel like I haven't really been very inspired to do anything here lately. You know, I figured I would sit down and do kind of a get ready with me. I'm going to kind of do a colorful eye. I'm not really doing a whole lot of makeup on my face. That was my Tarte Ready Set Radiance. I've really been liking this just to kind of do a light mist on my face before I do anything. My skin has been kind of dry. What else is new? Also, I cut my bangs, which I haven't done in probably 3 years. I let my hair grow out, and I got tired of it. I feel like I got like a 10 head. Everybody talks about 5 heads. I got a 10 head. Well, it's like halfway. Half of my bangs are up and half are down. I just kind of pulled my hair back to get it out of the way and just kind of come on here. I feel like we haven't really sat down and just kind of done nothing, so I figured I would just sit here and talk. But you know, I have been very uninspired lately. I don't know if you guys are feeling the same way. I got so excited about the Manny MUA release. I got that, then had that horrible reaction with my eyeballs, and doing those kind of like, have you seen people doing those like bleached out kind of looking brows? I'm not doing the bleached out, but I'm doing a real sparsy kind of brow because I'm not doing a super ton of makeup. Where I'm going today, I can't have foundation on, which I hate, because I like to at least put, if not, you know, like a kind of tinted moisturizer. I say tinted moisturizer, but it's not. It's just me using a I put a heavy moisturizer on my face, and then I take a beauty blender and I just kind of pounce like a very light amount of a medium coverage foundation, which if you guys want to see how I do that, I would be more than happy to show you that. My dumb butt cut off the tip of my brow over here because I did it on this side. I did it on this side too much to kind of make it even. So I kind of clipped the end. So I have to kind of like draw little ends on, which is great with this MAC pencil. These things are like almost impossible to find. I got lucky and I went into Macy's the other day and went into the up to the MAC counter, and they had them. I got this one, which is taupe, and I got I don't know where the other one is right now. I need to clean this desk up. It is a disaster. Ever since Glamorous Beauty came over and we were going nuts with makeup, I haven't cleaned up anything. But I do need to put some kind of primer on these eyelids because I'm gonna be putting some color down. Where is my... I've been really just liking to use the NYX glitter glue on my eyes. And if you have hooded eyes, this is like a little trick that I don't know why I've never really talked about this. I lost the lid to it. So I have to like push off the little... It might not come out this time. Oh, great. There we go. It gets this little dry thing on the end of it, and I have to kind of clean it off. I need to find where I dropped the lid. If you guys have been watching me for very long, you know I am terrible about that. But that is more than I need. And I got it everywhere. I've been kind of liking using this little brush. This is just a little Morphe. I think it's actually a concealer brush. It's that little flat brush. If you ever see me do a cut crease, this is like the one I love to use for it. But I've been really liking to put this on with this brush because anywhere I get this product, I am going to have makeup stick to. Anything stick to, really. And I use it basically just on my lids to give myself a like really tacky base for any shadow that I put on my lid. Because of having such hooded eyes, otherwise I open my eye and it's gone. A lot of times you see me do looks on here and I do them strictly just for the tutorial or, you know, just a film, and I'm not going anywhere. So I really don't, you know, worry about longevity of it. But like today, I am going somewhere. Look at how much I wasted. Go figure. This stuff is extremely sticky. I do like to kind of make sure to wipe under my eye, because if I don't, and I have that there, you're not going to get any pigment that hits there off. But as I was talking about, I've been really just uninspired with stuff. I did get the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette, which I don't know how to say it. I was really underwhelmed. Extremely. I don't know. I'm just, you know, when you think summer, I think like bright colors. I think like, you know, I mean, they're brighter. I think they're very muted to me. I mean, you know, you do have this, and you've got these little pops of color in here, these here, and they're not that bad. There we go. I missed that one totally, my arm. I mean, we've got pigment, so, I mean, that's not the issue. I guess it's just, I don't know, I wanted more. You know, there's so much makeup out there that, I don't know, you kind of leave yourself really wanting more. At least I do. So it's just like, how much of the same stuff can we get? Now, for the month of, I gotta clean this off. Anytime you use like glue on a brush, please, please, please remember to clean it off. I have not done that before in the past, and it will get up in between these little bristles. I will even sometimes take a little spoolie, and I will just kind of spoolie through the bristles after I use it, just to make sure I got it out. Yeah, see, it was up in there. Plus, I always wipe that off. It will really make your brushes last longer. I'm putting together a super, super cool brush video, and I say, you know, that sounds kind of goofy, a super cool brush video, but I am literally, I've ordered some more brushes because I want to show you guys from the absolute low lows to the absolute high highs of value. Now, I can show you low and mid, but I don't really have a whole lot of higher value brushes. I mean, I've got a lot of Morphe brushes. I've got a lot of IT brushes. This is a Beauty Junkie brush. You know, it's just really, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go into Parched right here. This is that like kind of tan color. And I'm just going to use that. I don't want to set the glue, but I do want to kind of bring some color up here. Not necessarily so much color, but I want to get a nice base up here to really just kind of, this is a good color to mute out any like dark. So it's kind of muting out that darker pigmentation I have along my eye right here. It's good for that. But mainly I do it just to really get in there and give myself a nice base to work with. And I use that Beauty Junkie brush. It's a big fluffy brush for something like that. And I think I'm gonna go, I'm wanting to bring a little bit of teal. This is too green teal, and this is too light blue, so I'm gonna kind of go into both of these a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of just outline this area here. When you see what I'm gonna do on my lid, you understand what I'm setting you up for here. Just wanting to really kind of blow that color out a lot right in here. And I'm kind of, I did it to myself. I always tell you guys, go back and forth. See, now this side's more blue than green. I'm going to fix that real quick. I'm going to go over here and then back over here. You need to get this side and this side a little more even. I blew that. I really messed that one up, didn't I? I always tell you guys to make sure if you're custom mixing a color to go on both sides, but I'm really going to blow this color out here in a minute. I'm just using that. I'm going to get a little more green on this side and a little more blue on this side. I think we'll be good. There we go. There we go. I'm going to go back with that that first brush that we used, and I'm going to tap back into Parched is the color. Tap back into that, and I'm going to really just blow this out. The reason why I'm blowing this out like that is that color is going to really be just a base for what I am going to put on my lid. I'm looking at a mirror far away because I want to make sure it's nice and blown out. I mean, you can look at it up close, but you can always, there's always little areas that you'll miss. Now that color does have a lot of pigmentation. Now as far as really, I'm going to tap into Splash, which is this more green kind of color. Actually, why do I do this to myself? I did not, I'm looking through this, and I did not realize looking through this to see my mirror. So I'm going to really get it up close. I'm tapping into Splash and then back into Parched. And the reason why I'm doing that is I really just want a light wash of color back here. Just kind of a base for what I'm going to put on my lid. I'm going to go into my Natasha Denona palette for the lid color. And I'm not really, this is like a really simple look. It is very colorful. I wanted to put some color on my eyes because I'm not going to wear a whole lot of makeup on my face. There we go. I'm not going to wear a whole lot of makeup on my face, but I am going to, I want to have some color on my eyes. Now, I'm going to darken up just that outer corner right here. You see how this side, I have that nice corner right there? I want to make sure the main part is I want to have that outer corner, have almost a ledge, if you want to call it, to sit, to really get that color in there. Now I'll tell you, for the color this is, it is blending very well. Could it blend better? Yes. Do I see anybody else doing much better with these types of pigments? Not really, because I mean, you know, everybody talks about pigment, everybody talks about fallout, you know, but you don't talk about the fact of when you're making certain eyeshadows, you can see where that stuck to that sticky base right there. That's where you're seeing the color kind of darker because it's like stuck. It's not that it's not blending, it's just that it's stuck on the outer edge of that NYX glitter glue I put there. Now, the reason why I put the glitter glue down, I'm going to go into my Natasha Denona palette. I haven't found, and I've looked everywhere for a dupe for this color. This is like my favorite freaking color, and it's Mint Frost, and it's this one right here, and it's so pretty with what I'm doing. I had this on my lid the other day, and I got nothing but compliments. I'm actually going to go ahead and just put that on with my finger first, and then I'm going to pick it up on a brush and kind of even it out around. But it is so pretty on that lid. I had this on my lid the other day and I got so many compliments on it. Now you do, when you work with these metallics and you have aged skin, you want to kind of stretch that eyelid out a little bit, and you want to buff that color. You see how I'm going back and forth and buffing that color on? You know, you wonder why these guys get such a good look and a good blend and a nice even pigment with that. It's because they put that shadow on there and then they buff it. Just like if you were buffing metal on a car. I mean, you're kind of doing the same thing. You're working with these pigments that have these metallic finishes that you put them on there and then you just lay them and you don't polish the top layer. You're not really going to get that look. You know, and a lot of these beauty gurus do these looks that you are never going to get. I try not to overwash out stuff with lights and filters and whatnot, but I try to give you enough light that you'll see what I'm really doing here. Alright, and I have that really nice sticky base down, so you're gonna see this color. This will last all day like this. I had this last like 9 hours yesterday when I had it on. It looks like I'm putting a ton of product. I really am not. What I'm doing is I'm putting it on and buffing it basically right back off, or kind of in to the areas where it's not real even. And if you have areas that you just can't get even, see how I'm going back, and I'll kind of come back in with my finger and pat it on. You want to pat it on for the pigment, and then you want to kind of brush it with a stiffer. This is a kind of stiff brush. This is a synthetic, this is, I guess, more like what you would use for a liquid product, or at least I would. It's not as stiff as a lip brush, but very close. If you watch how I'm doing in the color, I'm kind of putting it down and wiggling it, so I'm getting it into that brush. I want to get that pigment into the brush, because that will also help you with these kind of shimmer colors not to get so much. You see, I'm not getting a lot of fallout. And if you look into the palette where I'm pulling this color from, see how it's really just polishing the top of that? That's because of the way I'm buffing that product. With super shock kind of shimmery shadows, real metallic-y shadows, you always want to do this. See how that's really just popping on that lid? Now, you do get fallout. I am getting some fallout, not a ton. For the products I'm using, I'm not really getting that much fallout. So, and I also am not, the yellow color in here is great for doing this too. You can get that kind of buffed, see, you can get that really buff, shiny yellow out of this. People talk about the limoncello in this palette. It's one of my favorite colors to use. See, you can really just buff that. You get amazing pigment. I love using that in the corner of the eye, just giving a nice little yellow pop. With this, I'm just going to stick to these greens. I'm really going to work that into that crease there, because I have hooded eyes, so I want to make sure to really make sure that product is up in that crease and laying nice and flat. That way it's not going to transfer as bad up on the actual hood of my eye. Now I'm going to go back in with this kind of fluffy brush. This is the, what was this? Beauty Junkie brush that I was using at first. I did not pick up any more product. What I'm doing is just kind of buffing that off. You are going to have a sharp line, and the reason why is because you're using a super like metallic kind of color. I'm going to tap into Splash, which was the greener kind of color, because I feel like I don't have as much on this eye as I do on this eye. I want to really kind of get these even, and I'm just tapping that in the corner and I'm laying the brush down and kind of rolling it around. What that does is it gets the pigment off of the brush like that. There went my Thirsty palette. So you guys know, I just dropped this. It landed on the corner. None of them even cracked. All of them are fine. I heard people talking about leakage. I've seen people talk about leakage around these metallic shades. Now, with metallic shades, they have more of a moisture oil content, and if you keep them in a hot area, that's going to happen. That may happen during shipping. I've had it happen during shipping on some palettes. It's not going to hurt you. If you're very uncomfortable about it, you may want to email the company and they will exchange them. I believe that's what Jeffree Star stated, that he was working on the issue, but I don't see where there's any really resolve to that issue, because it's not something wrong with the product. It's you're either going to have super cakey dry foundation shadows, or you're going to have more shadows with more moisture content, where they're going to feel real buttery. They're going to feel more slick in your hand. They're not going to be so dry to work with. the thing about shadows is you kind of have to choose what you want. Fallout is caused by shadows being a little more dry and they're not sticking to the eye as well. Now, shadows that do more of that kind of, they're harder to blend, is because they have more of the materials in them that make them stick to the skin more. Your skin is porous, your skin is very moisture-rich. That's like trying to paint a wet wall. If that makes sense, you paint a wet wall and you notice the paint runs down. If it's a dry wall and you go to paint it, you're going to have paint kind of, you know, splattering, and you're going to have to go over it because it's going to soak into the wall. Your skin kind of works the same. I mean, you're doing basically the same there. So I did kind of wipe off the corners just to crisp that back up. I am going to go back and soften that edge just a tiny bit. I don't want that real sharp edge right there. I'm going to turn this brush around and I'm just going to kind of work that out. I kind of did that a little too hard. There we go. I want it to look clean, but I don't want a sharp edge. There we go. But I do want the shadow to stop right there. Now, I'm going to go with, I'm not sure which color I want to use. I'm going to go with the darker one. I don't know if you guys have ever used these. I am new to using these, but I absolutely love them. The Jeffree Star lipsticks are amazing on your eyes. They are eye safe. I use them on my waterline. I use them on top of my eye. I like to take them and I take the product, dip in, and I put it on my palette like that. Close the lipstick up and use a brush. You don't want to dip right in. You don't want to take the doe foot and put it on your eye. It's not a very cleanly way to keep your products. You don't want to get any bodily fluids or anything like that. Anything that can cause infection or whatnot to grow into your product. I'm just taking it on the very, very end of that on an angled brush, and I'm going to come in here in the corner right here, just right a weeny little bit inward from my corner of my eye, right here. I'm going to go and run it out. Ever so light. There we go. You can build that up later if you want. What I like to do is just do a slight bit, and then I will come over here. Same thing. I like to have the smaller side, if you can see, I do it this way with the angle, with the point outward. It just makes it easier to kind of get that angle. Same thing, you want to check your angle, kind of line up how you want your angle. Same thing, come in. Now this one I have to come in a little bit from where I did on that one, and that's because this eye is more hooded than this one. And if you see, I came more out towards the outer corner on this one. I am looking in a ×2 mirror down here, so I can really see what I'm doing. I am blind as a bat. If you ever see me in person, you always see me wearing glasses. There we go. And that just gives you a nice little corner to that look. You can go ahead and come across the top. I have very hooded eyes, so I don't like to come all the way across. I come about 3/4 of the way. Just right where the pupil, the inside corner of the center of the dark side, the inner side where my pupil is small, if that makes sense. Alright, let me clean up this edge a little bit. And there we go. That is about as winged as you get from me. Now, as I always tell you guys, make sure when you're using lipsticks on your eyes, keep in mind these are very, very long wear lipsticks. You want to let this dry. This is the last thing I put on my eyes, besides putting something in my waterline if I do. You can put these in your waterline. These are great in the waterline. They tend to irritate my eyes a little bit in my waterline, so I try not to use certain colors. Really seem to bother me, and it's not so much that it irritates my eyes. It's there for like the next week, and I don't want to have a teal waterline. Go ahead and clean this teal out of here. These are kind of difficult. I take a makeup wipe and I use the, if you want a good makeup cleanser, makeup brush cleaner, this is the Clinique makeup brush cleanser. This bottle is $18. It's 8 fluid ounces, and this lasts me about 6 months. And it will probably last you a lot longer. I clean my brushes almost every time I use them because I tend to do a lot of different colors where, you know, most people doing their own personal makeup, you tend to wear the same kind of colors every day. Now, I'm going to grab a couple more products and I'll be right back. I grabbed, this is MAC, it's called New Marine, their Modern Twist eyeliner. And I like to put this in my waterline. This is kind of a teal, kind of bluish green. I like to kind of put this in that waterline. This color can be a little stubborn. I usually use the 24/7 liner, but in deep end when I do this look. But I cannot find what I did with it. I think actually I lent it to Glamorous Beauty. So this is very close to that color, but it's a little harder formula. The pencil is, and you really have to kind of get in there. Where the 24/7s are more of a gel liner, this is more of that, what do they call these? K-O, what is it? I don't know how to pronounce it ever. K-A-J-A-L. Those tend to be a little thicker, a little harder liners, but it's a very, very pretty color. That's what it looks outside. And I tend to run it across my hand a couple times before I put it in the waterline, just to soften the edge of that pencil. So that is that there. I just wanted to kind of do a pretty eye look. I am going to probably just put a little bit of, excuse me, a very light, I'm trying to think what foundation. I may even just buff some powder foundation on. I can't really have foundation on my skin today, but I do want to clean this up and everything. But I did want to show you guys this eye. This is it's a colorful eye that you can wear every day. I don't know about you. I would personally wear this kind of look to work, but that's me. It's a nice bright summery color. Now I wanted to show you guys, I did wipe this before, but then I went back and blended. I wanted to show you, you do get some fallout. You do get some fallout. I mean, we're using super dark colors, but that was the extent of the fallout. It's not that bad. Now you see how I had to really work at getting that liner off. That liner will stay in your waterline pretty well. And that's it. I hope you guys liked it. Just wanted to give you guys more of a summer kind of look, a summery kind of eye. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. And last but not least, in the spirit of summer, since this is a summer look, you can wear this in the pool. You ready for this? Ta-da! But as long as you don't wipe your eyes and just pat them after, that look will stay. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the outro. Figured I'd do something a little different for you guys and show you that, you see, these are not going anywhere. And look at that liner. It's even still metallic. Have a great day, guys. Bye.